done. This is what I'm up to. I've got an 8-inch orbital here. I have a 8-inch 40 grit Norton sandpaper on it. That's what I like to use. I like to use a power tool. I do not block body fill. I try not to block body fill unless I have to. If you know what I'm saying, if I have to, I will, for sure. But I'd rather use a power tool in the body fill. What I have done is, it was down to the bare metal like this. I took a little tiny grinder like this with a 40 grit pad on it. I made sure it was scuffed everywhere, scratched. I scratched it in all different orders too, because I didn't care if it was polished. I wasn't looking at what it looked like in bare metal. You know, when you polish something, you want to polish it all one way. When you're filling, you're getting ready to fill, you want to scratch it up good so that filler sticks good. And that's what I did. I scratched it all up, 40 grit, did the whole thing. As you see fill on the whole thing, I filled the whole thing out too. I did not sand the body fill before the very first time. So I ground the metal down, like that's just sanded, but I ground the metal down like this. Put scratches all in it like that, whole thing up here. Applied one thin coat of fiberglass on the welds because I did not want, I always put fiberglass on. It's just that one extra step that I put on to try to make my head feel better that I did the best job possible. I got the strongest material there. As you see a little bit there, that's fiberglass. So I'm down to where I'm supposed to be on the panel. And I like to fill the whole panel. I filled the whole thing. I didn't sand it once. I just kept filling it. Put fiberglass on it, put a skim on it, then I could put a coat of body fill on it, put a coat of body fill on this side, then I come up here and put a coat of body fill on this, then I come up here and body fill all this. And in between, I just let each side dry as I was going, so this looked like a great big cake. So now what I've just done, I've come in here and I busted off the sides, busted off the back, where it was round, the piece I took off, I used to do this by hand. This mark in here, I used to do this, but I did that like that. And that's a 40 grit. Now that I've got it down to 40 grit, I can see all the places that I need fill, like right here. It needs some up in here. And you can tell because the body fill is not sanded. In the back, I can see a couple, it needs some here, needs some there, needs a little bit there. It needs a little bit here, it needs a little bit wherever. But that does not matter, because I'm going to put some more on. When I put more on, then I'm going to sand it off with an 80 grit on an orbital sander. Exact same thing, just electric. That one's air, this one's electric, this one's a 6-inch. And I just like to do that just because I'm going to buzz it off. And I would use this exactly the same way as you'd use your block. But I'm hoping, this is what I'm hoping for. As I learned how to use these power tools, this is what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping this is faster, because as I block, I can only go as fast as my arm goes. When I use this power tool, I'm hoping that this power tool is orbiting and working the same time I am just using it like a block. So I am blocking, hoping that as I block, this little machine's working too, if you know what I'm saying. As I get that down to 80 grit, I feel like that's the only paper that you should use on body fill, because after you get up in the 220 stuff, it seems to polish instead of straighten. 40 grit, the sharper the grit, the straighter you'll get. I like that. The sharper the grit, the straighter you'll get. So I usually find with the 40 grit on that 8-inch, if you hold it nice and flat and you use it like a block, you can usually flatten stuff out real nice. You can keep the line straight with the 2 grit. I can anyways. As I got it down with the 40 grit now's the time to come in and hit it with a little bit of body fill in all the low places, because I can tell because it's not sanded. I need more. So as I do that, when I touch them up, I will take it off with the 80 grit. And the reason being is I don't want to take this down any further, because I got metal showing here, like it's just starting to show there, metal showing here, and metal showing up there, and a little bit showing here. So the panel has got all the material in that it needs. I don't want to take any more off, if you know what I'm saying, too much. So as I put the more on, I'm going to take it off the 80 grit, and hopefully, when I'm done, it'll go right into primer. And then when I go to primer, I'll show you what I'm doing, how I do it. So anyways, that's how I do it. I do not use the putty that goes over top for the pinholes. I do not use that, and we'll show you why. Date night tonight, baby? We're gonna have some more wine. We had wine in tonight. I can't get enough of wine and the olive oil in the bowl sandwich. It's good. You know, we just sit and have a glass of wine at night time. Anyways, that's how fast, that's how you can make a panel for your, whatever you want to make. This is not realistic. I'm saying if you were making a race machine, I obviously know that you would probably have this made of fiberglass and not made of fiberglass, so as light as possible. But this is just a project that I want to do. I don't want to get into a big project right now. I don't mind working a couple hours a day. I want to take a break off of this stuff for a little bit, but I just, my brain's telling me to do it. I got a cool paint job coming on it. I think the paint job's going to knock it out of the park. We got a little visor coming for the front, I think, with the lens on it. I think that's going to sharpen it up a little bit. And we're going to put a real nifty, cool paint job on it. We still have to put a wheel in the back. You know, I don't know, in case whatever. I really like the back sawed off like that. It kind of seems futuristic, sort of, you know, it seems weird. Yeah, it's going good. All right, baby, let's go to the house. Let's have a big one.